Okay, here we go. ESDM, the basics. So we want to go into how this can work in the classroom. So I want to give you a background on it first, but I wanted you to get a handle on how it was laid out, because these are what you use when you assess a child using the ESDM. We've talked a little bit about why it's important, but basically it's really usable in the classroom, and you can use it, it's flexible, you can use it in different ways. We've used it here to plan curriculum for our social skills class. We've looked at, it lays out all the different developmental areas in order, and so when you're looking at your ESDM checklist, it really kind of gives you a roadmap, which is very amazing. We also can find out where the holes are. Once we take a look at the kiddo and observe them and maybe have the parents help us fill this out, we see the holes in development. And as we've talked about with autism, sometimes we're working on having them touch their head, but they don't have the basic skills. Sometimes we're asking them to sing a song or imitate a word, and they don't imitate sounds yet. So we're missing some really basic foundational skills, and this kind of lets us know what those foundational skills are, so that if we have an opportunity in the classroom when we're at centers time or we're at circle time, we can pull those skills out of the child. We don't, as preschool teachers, have the opportunity to sit down intensively and work with a child one-on-one very often, but we do have the opportunity to sit with them at centers time when there's 4 of them, and kind of alternate how you present the information to each child in a little different way, knowing in our head, okay, this is this little guy, he needs to work on stacking, or he needs to work on matching. You can make it a little bit about matching. You can really, that's why I love it, the flexibility. Parents can get involved if as I said, you could use it as much or as little as you want, but why wouldn't you share that information with a parent? If you know the foundational skills the child's missing, maybe you write it on a little communication log at home and say, hey, we've been working on this at home, can you carry over a little bit? And it just makes things much clearer. It provides consistency for across the board. So we all know how important that is, that we deal with our little ones the same way or expect the same things of them, or else they're not going to do it. So if mom says, it's cool, he can do this, I don't mind, and he's like kicking things at home, we'll see it here in school and we're reprimanding him for it, and there's no consistency, so the behavior doesn't get better, it just stays the same. Yes, Karen?
Is there an age cut off for this, or is it?
Yeah, I'm going to go over, that's my next slide. Very good. Yeah, and so it's based on play. Everything's done through play. Everything's done through interaction. It's supposed to be fun, okay? And we're supposed to be having a ton, so it's positive affect is a really big part of ESDM. So it works really well for me. I love it. I love praising kids. I love giving them positive feedback. So that's a big, huge part of it. But the goal is really building interaction, really breaking into their world, really getting them involved in what's going on around and carrying it over to their friends so that they can develop relationships. That's why I like it.